The old world is dead! To restore the Wi-Fi, we must make a sacrifice to the router!
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best movies of 2021 so far.
From the very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently than everyone else. That didn't sit well with some people.
Michael still moves stuff here and there. Good to know.
Been a long time, don't little brother.
For this list, we'll be looking at the movies, including documentaries, that were released throughout the first half of 2021 and left the strongest impressions. Keep in mind that some of these technically premiered in 2020 and 2019, but received general releases this year. We're excluding Zack Snyder's Justice League because a director's cut of a 2017 film arguably belongs in another category. That doesn't mean it's not awesome, though. What's your favorite movie of 2021 so far? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Nobody.
You know why I'm here. Because I'm a good man. I'm a family man. Most of all, I'm a man who did not deserve your gun.
Bob Odenkirk has had a fascinating career trajectory. Over the years, we've seen him evolve from a comedian to the comedic relief in dramas to a dramatic actor. Now we get to see him as an action hero in Nobody, which is best described as a suburban John Wick. This isn't surprising, as director Derek Kolstad also worked on that franchise. While not as sleek or polished, Nobody still packs a powerful punch thanks to Odenkirk's convincing performance, the kinetic energy of Ilya Naishuler's direction, and a few standout supporting players. The scene stealer is Christopher Lloyd, who proves that he's still got it even in his 80s. A blast from start to finish, Nobody is definitely a name to remember.
Well, fellas, here we are.
Number 9, Godzilla vs. Kong. Whether you streamed it or made a long-awaited trip back to the theater, this monster mash gave audiences exactly what they needed coming off a year like 2020. One hell of a good time. In typical MonsterVerse fashion, the human characters aren't that deep, and the story is kinda an afterthought, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the 3 words in the title, and director Adam Wingard delivers. Godzilla has rarely been more intimidating on screen. Kong shows off his beastly side, but the film also unearths the beauty in a few surprisingly effective scenes. And unlike some other Versus movies, we get to see just enough of the titular characters duking it out in a series of colorful, well-crafted set pieces. Number 8, Akasa My Home. On one side of the road is Vakareshti Nature Park, where a father, a mother, their 9 children, and some animals reside. On the other side is the big city, which has a significantly larger population. These two worlds collide in director Radu Chornichuk's debut documentary about family, community, and adapting to change. On the surface, this may seem like a story about the Romanian government forcing a poor family to leave their peaceful paradise behind. Akasa My Home is far more nuanced than that, though.
Eu m-am săturat de vagabonțeală. Eu vreau să fii copilul model care ai fost.
Da, nu vreau să mai fiu copilul care am fost, na.
Some members of the Anache clan have an easier time adjusting than others. Whoever you identify with most, watching all of these people live their lives makes for an intimate and emotional experience that never feels one-sided.
Dacă mă duce cineva să mă uite acum, să spună că poți să duci acolo că e baracă și poți să stați înapoi acolo. Mă, știi cum aș pleca?
Number 7. I Care a Lot. Anti-heroes have never been more commonplace in media, but Marla Grayson is in a league of her own. Flawlessly played by Rosamund Pike, Marla is an all-around despicable human being.
Mr. Fellstrom, sir, I sympathize, but the court doesn't appoint me for no reason.
Profiting off the suffering of the elderly, Marla has few, if any, redeeming qualities. That's part of what makes I Care a Lot such an engrossing satire. Watching this black comedy, it's hard to tell if the filmmakers want us to loathe or root for Martha.
Who do you work for?
Jennifer Peters.
Liar.
It isn't until the final scene that the film takes a stance, We won't spoil what happens, but the journey is sometimes thrilling, sometimes infuriating, and always fascinating. Whatever you think of Marla, she's impossible to ignore.
I don't lose. I won't lose. I'm never letting you go.
Number 6. Raya and the Last Dragon. Many animated Disney films have inspired sequels and TV shows. We can only hope that Raya and the Last Dragon will be one of them. Kumandra is such a vast land with layered characters and rich mythology that we definitely want to explore more.
You're getting a little too big for this, bud.
Even as a standalone story, Raya is an epic with powerful voice acting, rousing action, and some of the most atmospheric artistry we've ever seen in a Disney picture. The central theme of trust is especially relevant in today's divided world, but Raya doesn't simplify its message.
Look around. We're a world of orphans because people couldn't stop fighting over a gem.
The film acknowledges that there are times when people need to be cautious and times when they need to open up. At the end of the day, though, there's only one path to unity.
I want you to meet my brothers and sisters, the real mighty ones.
I miss them.
Number 5. Saint Maud. Saint Maud warrants comparisons to classics like The Exorcist and modern masterworks like Hereditary. It's a hair-raising showcase for two rising talents, director Rose Glass, who's crafted a psychological horror film draped in sinister imagery, and leading lady Morvid Clark, who literally lights up the screen as Maud. The titular character is tasked with taking care of Amanda, a woman dying from lymphoma. Maud is more concerned about saving Amanda's soul, believing that she's being tested by God.
And bless her mind, which is shrouded in darkness. And reach out to her like you did to me.
The more obsessed Maud becomes, the God she speaks of starts sounding more like the devil. Or is this just another voice in her head? The struggle within Maud is a constant war between reality, delusion, and faith, building to one hell of an ending.
You're right, back then I was so lost. But now, I am transformed.
Number 4. Cuevas Ida. An Oscar nominee for Best International Film, Cuevas Ida takes place during the Bosnian War as Srebrenica is attacked. Many thousands of Bosnians seek refuge at a UN camp, but if you're familiar with that terrible time, you know that a tragedy will unfold. We follow a translator named Aida Selmanagic, based loosely on real-life survivor Hasan Nuhanovic. Jasna Juritic's performance as Aida takes us on an emotional roller coaster, calling to mind Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice or Don Cheadle in Hotel Rwanda. As others panic, Aida must serve as a voice of reassurance while also trying to save her own family. Director Jasmila Zibanic has made an uncompromisingly intense and tragic film that makes us feel every ounce of Aida's desperation. Number 3. The Father. Whenever adapting a story from stage to screen, there's always the challenge of not making it feel like a filmed version of a play. The Best Picture nominee couldn't be more cinematic, however.
Why do you keep looking as if there's something wrong? Everything is fine, Anne.
The editing, production design, and Florian Zeller's direction create such an intricate environment that it's easy to forget so much of The Father takes place in a flat. The limited setting is both comforting and intimidating through the eyes of Anthony Hopkins' character.
This is my flat, isn't it? Anne?
In his second Oscar-winning performance, Hopkins couldn't be more heartbreaking as an aging man losing his memory. The film almost veers into physiological thriller territory, as even the audience begins to question what's happening. When we do get a grasp on reality, it's difficult not to shed a tear.
Come on, Dad. Dad, come in, sit down. Dad.
Number 2. Judas and the Black Messiah. Here's another Best Picture nominee with an Oscar-winning performance. Daniel Kaluuya garnered widespread praise for his portrayal of Black Panthers activist Fred Hampton.
We in the Black Panther Party don't believe in no culture except revolutionary culture. What we mean by that is a culture that will free you.
Kaluuya captures Hampton's charisma and natural leadership, but also his tender and romantic side. Just as integral to the film's success is Lakeith Stanfield as William O'Neill, the titular Judas. Stanfield and the filmmakers do an effective job at making O'Neill sympathetic, but not necessarily someone who deserves forgiveness.
Man, y'all lucky y'all wasn't there. Boy.
The film's true villain is a broken justice system that still isn't changing fast enough. Director, co-writer Shaka King is a former student of Spike Lee's, and with more films of this caliber, his career could be equally prominent.
I believe I'm gonna die doing what I was born for. I believe I'm gonna die half the people.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. The writers of Bridesmaids reunite for their most bonkers comedy yet.
Maybe something's telling us to do something different.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes!
The Truffle Hunters. Like its subject matter, this documentary is a delicacy. Shiva Baby. Rachel Sennett is a strong contender for this year's breakthrough star.
I thought you were vegetarian.
I am. You said that you wanted me to eat.
Billie Eilish. The world's a little blurry. Further proof why she's the voice of a generation.
And heaven's out of sight, so I'm the devil on her team.
The Courier. A true espionage story with surprising friendship at its core.
Make sure you wear it while you're in Moscow.
What does this do? Shoot poison darts?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Mitchells vs. the Machines. This fantastic film combines the fast-paced humor of Gravity Falls, the visual ingenuity of Into the Spider-Verse, and the nostalgia of your favorite 80s movies.
Make a necklace out of robot fingers, Mad Max style, and become world-saving apocalyptic road warriors.
Katie, this isn't a movie. We don't have a kill code.
It's astonishing just how well this film balances different styles, tones, and themes. The animation is state-of-the-art, while somehow having a homemade feel. The action and comedy overflow with energy, but the heartfelt moments always feel earned. Although the story demonstrates how we've become over-reliant on technology, it also reminds us how tech can bring people together.
Well, I believe this group of weirdos is the best hope humanity's got. So let's get weird.
For many future generations of animators and filmmakers, this movie will likely be part of the reason why they got into the industry. Also, for anyone who thinks Furby ripped off Gremlins, this film ingeniously brings things full circle.
Why would someone build that?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.